Hello and welcome to Redneck TV. I'm going to be one of your hosts today. I'm Bubba Taylor and welcome to our little internet podcast. Please welcome me in joining my co-host today, Mr. A. Big Johnson.
That would be me, A. Big Johnson. I'll be your other co-host today, and we've got all the news that's not fit to use.
Now Big, today we're going to talk a little bit about what's called the long tail theory.
Well, I definitely want to talk about some long tail theories.
Yeah, you'd be the one to talk to about it.
Talk a lot about it.
Well, the reason we're going to mention this today and talk about it on the podcast is, well, I want it to give us a little bit of credibility because this is kind of one of those brainiac theories that they've been talking about here in the media lately. And maybe if we get a little credibility, they'll mention us on Podcast Salad and we'll hit the big time.
So this long tail theory that you're talking about, it's a real deal.
Oh, it's a real deal. Absolutely. Yeah. Man, one of the people in Wired magazine, if you ever read that, it's one of those brainiac magazines. Well, he wrote a book about it.
The long tail theory.
Yeah.
Well, there's a theory that I've got.
Yeah, what's that?
That I think is a real deal. It's called the big butt theory.
Oh, really? Well, no, I don't think this is anything like that, but go ahead.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. Tell me about the big butt theory.
Well, you know, I'm kind of a down-home brainiac.
Yeah.
And I've been studying about something for a long time about Velma Sue's behind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, how it gets big.
Well, it is, no offense, it is kind of big.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you know, last week on our show, we talked about this www.prosper.com and how people could borrow money.
Yeah.
And about how maybe I might be able to borrow some money to get her a new set of headlights, a little bit bigger bosoms.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I got to thinking about that. And I got to studying about Velma Sue and the toilet paper at the house, and I got to figuring how that she could get some bigger headlights.
Yeah, how's that?
Well, she could just take the toilet paper and reel off about the same amount that normally you reel off for whatever purposes that you reel some off for.
Yeah.
Well, and she could just kind of take it and kind of rub it here, you know, right here in between her bosoms.
Yeah, what's that
And make
gonna
them
do?
bigger. Well, it's got bound to make them bigger.
Why is that?
Well, because look what it done for her backside.
Yeah.
That's the big butt theory.
Something made it bigger. Must have been that.
I bet it was, rubbing that toilet paper between there.
Well, now that's not the kind of theory I'm really talking about.
Well, maybe
I
you
like
better
it.
explain it a little bit more then.
Well, what the long tail theory says is that if you go to a brick and mortar sort of business, like Walmart, for example, it says that...
been there a time or two.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite place to shop. Well, what it says is that Walmart, even as big as it is, they can't carry everything. You know, that there's stuff that they cannot carry. Because normally a successful business does about 80% of their business with 20% of the merchandise.
Yeah.
So you go to Walmart and you want something kind of oddball, they're not going to have it. Well, the long tail theory says that what you do if you want to be successful is you find those items that can't be sold or won't be sold at Walmart because the market's not big enough, and you put them on the internet. And because there's a lot of those items, why the tail of a bell curve, for example, you know those two little ends out there, if you remember from back in school.
Yeah.
Well, those two little ends out there could be bigger than the middle. Now, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Let me kind of put this,
because
this is kind of...
Because right now you're talking about tail on the curve and a bell. I can just picture putting a bell on a cow's tail, and
well, let me put
I
this,
need a better example.
Let me put this in redneck terms for you, something you can understand. And this is happened.
That even I could understand.
This happened to me. Let's say that last week, for example, I went out to Walmart, and the little lady, you know, she got kind of plugged up after eating some Taco Bell bean burritos. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, boy, okay. I think I know where you're headed here.
She decided she needed her radiator rinsed, if you know what I mean. Her backside was a little plugged, and so I needed an enema bag.
You need to flush it out.
Yeah, I needed
flush out the radiator.
I needed me an enema bag. So I went out to Walmart about midnight to get me an enema bag.
That's got to be humbling.
Believe me, that's part of the tail that we're talking about here, because they don't sell enema bags out there at Walmart.
And the tail was getting longer by the minute because it couldn't get flushed.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
so
I got you.
I went out there to Walmart and I asked everybody I could find, where do you keep your enema bags? Well, they looked at me like I was a fool. So that'd be your long tail theory. You could...
I expect if somebody looked and asked me where I kept my enema bag, I'd look at them like they were a fool.
Just go start you know, a website, you know, www.enemabagsonline, for example. You can make you a fortune.
That's an idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
So I could do that. I could actually go and round me up a bunch of enema bags and go on the internet And
Yep.
just come up with a site that says, a website that says www.enemabags.com,
Yes, sir.
and people will buy them.
Well, as a matter of fact, I went to GoDaddy today. That's my favorite place to register web names, and I did a little checking. And if you go out there and register www.enemabagsonline or www.radiatorrents.com, well, those are available on GoDaddy, and you can register those and start getting rich tomorrow.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
Well, I need to do some checking on that. I may just do that, come up with some extra money.
Well, I think it'd be a good idea. You know, you find something that Walmart doesn't sell, and you put it out there on the internet, and if that long tail theory is right, of course, there's a lot of people say it didn't, but if it's right, you can start getting rich. Really?
No.
Well, that sucks.
Well, you know, I always smoke the Echoes because my good buddy Bubba, that's where he works at the cigarette factory where these are made.
Yes, sir. Proud of it.
And they're fine smokes, let me tell you. Well, I can't get them at Walmart, but they do carry Marlboros and Camels. And I thought since last week we did a product comparison where we compared 3 different kinds of beer, in order to be fair, we should compare 3 different kinds of smokes.
Sounds good to me. I agree.
So I went to Walmart and brought these 2 along with me, and I thought maybe we could compare them to my Echoes.
I say let's give it a shot.
Well, let's do it. Well, I think probably
Start with the Echo
start
first?
with the Echoes.
All right.
Just like last week, we started with the Bud first because you always start with the best.
Yeah, these are fresh. Still got the tin foil on them. Go right ahead.
Now after you, I'll show you what. See, now that is smooth.
That is fine
It
Virginia
smells
tobacco.
good.
It does. Yes, sir.
Fine Virginia tobacco, sure enough.
We're proud of these. I can tell you from working out there, there's no additives in them. They're smooth as silk, fine tobacco. Got a long burn time.
That is a good smoke, folks. I'm here to tell you. You can't beat
Can't beat
Echoes.
that. Nope, can't. Sure
Well, I thought maybe next we'd try one of these others here.
can't. All right, which one you want to try next?
Well, let's just try these Camels
All
because get you one of those because I've got a theory on them too.
Yeah, how's that?
I'm big on theories, you know.
Yeah.
Got the big butt there. Okay, I wish we had 2 lighters. Might look a little strange lighting smokes for another person, but anyway. Nope.
Oh,
I think I know why they call those Camels.
God.
I think that's where they got
Man,
the
that's
stuff
some
they
nasty
put in
stuff.
there.
Oh.
I think that's where they got the stuff they put in there. Was
Must
from
be
a
some camel hair or something in there.
Camel something, I'm pretty sure. It might be some of that radiator flow.
That tastes like stuff I used to get down in old Mexico. Oh, damn.
Pretty nasty stuff, folks.
Yes, sir. That's 10% tobacco and 10% floor sweep.
That one's
That's
out.
what that is.
That one's out. Well, let's try Marlboro.
All right.
Now, folks, Marlboro right now is the most popular brand in the world, they say. I mean, I don't know that for a fact.
Well, that's what they tell me anyway. It's supposed to be good stuff.
Yeah. That definitely tastes bad. That no, I can't do that either. No. Oh. Excuse me, folks. Nope. I'll stick
That's
with.
bad as the camel one.
Yes, it is. I'll stick with my Echoes.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ooh, what's that taste like to you?
Well, I got to be real honest with you. There's no question in my mind. No question at all, folks. That's horse shit and sagebrush right there. Tastes like Fido's ass. Guarantee you.
No wonder it tastes bad.
Oh,
Gee
God.
whiz. Well, folks, that's about it for today's show. We want to thank you for being with us today. And be sure and come back and see us real soon.
Yes, sir. And if you'd like to have your product reviewed in a strictly unbiased way, of course, like we've done here today with cigarettes. And
Oh, yeah, very unbiased.
last week with the beer, why, send us an email to www.redneckstv.com. Thank you very much, and you folks have a good day.
Come back now, you hear?